is my kind of Texas local story.
Oh, she called the whole class uncivil. So I think she was all pissed. She was mad because people were on their phones.
Because students at that age are a-holes.
Yeah.
They're assholes. They really
So,
are.
like, what happens? The police just be like, okay, well, go home.
Just a teacher having a bad day dealing with shitheads. That's what I think.
If I was the teacher, it would have been like, class is over. There you go. Simple as that.
No. There are students in there who want to learn, I'm sure. Why should they be punished for those idiots?
Well, after that incident, she canceled class.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
So.
Yeah. All right. Let's do headline news. Calvin Harris, Sam Smith, and Promises on Planet 102.3. Today's continuous hits. Get into your headline news. Here we go. You ready there, Jordan?
Yeah.
All right. The death toll for the wildfires in Northern California has rose to 42 people as of last night, which makes it the deadliest wildfire ever in the state. 13 more bodies were found during searches yesterday and burned out cars and burned down homes or next to their vehicles. The death toll is expected to continue to rise. This is unreal.
Crazy.
I just, I feel like this is new to me. Wildfires.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they've been in the news and stuff in the past, but nothing like this,
this
I don't
big,
feel
yeah.
like. I don't
think
feel like,
so.
man, it's just insane. CNN has announced that it is filing a lawsuit against President Trump and several of his aides. The network wants Chief White House correspondent Jim Acosta's access to the White House restored, alleging that his First Amendment rights have been violated by the ban. The lawsuit. Can anybody get a press pass and just go in there?
I don't know.
I don't think
I think
can
you have
me
to have
or
like.
you
I think you have to have a
go in
valid.
there?
Like you have to be part of.
So
a
is his
valid,
First Amendment rights really being violated?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, somebody from CNN is probably still going to be in there, just not him, right?
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, we can't get in there, so I don't think. Are our First Amendment rights being violated by any means because we can't get in there?
Good question.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Final news, the Clear Lake Falcons bested the Clearbrook Wolverines. I believe that's up there in Houston, 28-6 in Friday night's big game. But perhaps the biggest loser of the night was Whataburger.
Huh.
Witnesses say students from both Houston area high schools reportedly got into a huge food fight following the football game, sending trash, drinks, and even trays flying across a local Whataburger.
Wow.
The schools with both fall under the Clear Creek Independent School District up there in Houston are now said to be investigating the matter and will take the appropriate disciplinary actions. So they got in a huge food fight, trashed the Whataburger.
Aren't there more than one Whataburger?
Right, you think each team would have its own Whataburger,
or
right?
just go
There's
to a
so
different
many,
one.
but
Food fight. That kind of sounds fun.
It does
but
sound
don't do it at a
It
restaurant.
did look funny. It did look. There's video of it.
Yeah.
And there's an aftermath video. They completely trashed this Whataburger,
man.
all in the name of a food fight.
They should all be required to like work a shift.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
For no pay.
Yeah.
Not minimum
Yeah, of
wage.
course,
No pay
yeah.
whatsoever.
Food. I've always wanted to be a part of a food fight.
All right.
I started one in middle school and got suspended for 4 days.
Good job.
It was fun though, cause like it was such a dramatic scene, cause they're like taking out this kid, right? Like the principal and the officers are getting this kid who was like flicking carrots, and they're like, he's pointing at me. He's like, "Nah, this dude started it." And then you just see a Jello come all the way across the cafeteria and lands on my shoes, and I got pissed, and I just stood up and grabbed my whole tray and threw it, and then everybody got up and just started.
Food fight.
Yeah, it was cool.
That would be cool. No one in my school, we never started those. We were civil human beings. Just kidding. It would have been cool. I would have totally partake in that.
I had to clean the cafeteria for like 3 weeks.
All right. First story. Ready? Coming down to 3, 2, 1. Live with Dave Ross and Jordan. And Jordan, what you got coming up?
We're talking what really irks travelers. Traveling season is upon us, so don't be one of these people.
Okay. We'll find out coming up. You know what I can't stand? It's just having to travel next to anybody.
Yeah,
Like I want to. I almost.
You want a private plane?
Oh, pretty much. I almost want to get on American Airlines and buy 2 seats just so
Yeah. Oh, you
nobody
don't
can
have to
sit
sit
next
by
to
anybody?
me. Yeah.
Sometimes
Chris,
that's how you'll meet
I
the
got
love of
upset.
your life.
Get that. No, it's not. But what upset me, I was traveling when I went to Dallas. Was it last weekend, the weekend before, whatever? I wanted the inside seat. I don't like the next to
The window?
the window. I like the inside seat. You stretch out a little more.
Oh,
I feel like
okay,
you can
yeah.
stretch out a little more. You know, you got that room to the left, stuff like that. I like the aisle seat.
Yeah.
And some guy comes up, you guys mind taking a side seat? Because apparently him and his wife got there late and bought that 2 outside seats. And they want to sit together. And it's, you assigned seats.
Yeah.
You buy your seats. And me and the other guy were like, we don't want to change.
Yeah.
And finally the other guy was like, all right, I will. I'm like, fuck. And then I had to change seats. And I'm like, oh, because you and your girl were late?
Yeah.
Like we got to suffer
Get there
because
on
you didn't buy
time.
your ticket. Like I was looking at the other guy like, no, don't
Don't do it.
don't do it. Fuck these people, you know?
Well,
That's the way I felt about it.
I probably would have thought, like, if something happens,
I'm an asshole.
what if these people are like the lifesavers and they don't save me?
But a lifesaver. We're going down. We're
I
going
know,
down.
well,
Life is
They
over.
say that it's better to get yourself knocked out when a plane's like going down. Like if you're more likely to survive. So you would have needed one of them to punch you out cold. You've never heard that?
Oh,
They
'cause
say
you're
if you
weightless?
knock out,
Or, like, you
your
just get
chances
weight?
of surviving a plane crash are like higher. I'd be like, okay, who
Oh, if
wants
you're
to punch-
asleep?
like unconscious, like if
Unconscious?
someone punches you, and like your chances of surviving are better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'd be
So-
so scared. Like, okay, punch me now. Like, do I want to get punched or like just die? Oh, just scary. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Plane's going down. I'm figuring it's done for.
Yeah.
It's over with.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless
Do you
learn.
jump out though?
I don't
or do
know.
you just die in the plane?
You're dead.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
It's a
So
plane
it's
crash.
like, do I
You
open the
don't
door?
live.
and
You
just-
don't. Who lives through a plane crash?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it lands on the water, some people.
Well, yeah, if it lands.
Yeah. Or
But
but if
you're
yeah,
going
you're
down,
right.
you're
Yeah,
going
I don't
down.
know.
Yeah.
You never know. I don't know.
No. This isn't Unbreakable.
Yeah.
All right, you're not Bruce Willis.
Wasn't that a train wreck though?
It was, but I mean, he
Same-
still would have
same
lived in a plane
dick.
crash. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
he's unbreakable.
Oh yeah, that's right. That movie.
It's Bruce Willis. All right, let's do the story. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. You'll have a Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, you're going to tell us what irks us about traveling.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. People, going to visit family, going back home for the holidays. Well, Jen Fair surveyed people to find out what irked them when it comes to air travel, public transportation, and ride sharing. They found that loud and talkative strangers, reclining seats, and man-spreading are among the top things that bother travelers. Other issues were reclining seats on planes and man-spreading on public transportation. Those are about the most. What's man-spreading?
This is when you the legs go.
Is it only for
wide
men? Or
open?
men the only ones who man spread?
sure
I'm
women-
guessing. I don't think we. Yeah,
Y'all could.
we don't.
It's just not very womanly for a woman
Yeah.
to spread her.
yeah,
legs.
yeah.
So that's what man spreading basically is,
Huh.
and just like taking up all the room, like
Like, not really
Stretch
caring
out your
about
legs.
anybody who's
the
next to
person
them.
next to you who cares. Being an armrest warrior.
Yeah.
And
Ugh.
you ever do that? You ever fight the armrest for the person next to you on a plane?
I don't know. I don't like confrontation. So whenever
Yeah.
I'm in public, I'm very like, it's all you, or go ahead, sure, cut in front of me. I don't care. I'm just trying to get along here.
I'm going to drive back to Dallas to see my parents because I don't want to fly.
Because you
That's
don't
how
want
much
to?
I hate flying.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Pet peeve? All the people around me.
Oh, okay. So just being by
Everyone.
somebody else.
Human beings in general.
You need your own private plane then to
I do.
travel.
Yeah.
My thing, I think it's just loud talking, and that's just in general. I hate being in a waiting room and someone on their phone, just all out conversation, like shh, be quiet.
know,
This
right?
is not I don't
When
know.
I flew
happy hour.
I flew a couple weekend or so ago, and on the flight back, it was late at night. They had all
Mm-hmm.
the lights off, and this guy wanted to read his newspaper.
Yeah.
So he turned the light on his phone with that newspaper, and I was behind him, and he just kept shining it right in my eye because had no
Yeah.
respect, and I just wanted to tap him on the shoulder, like, dude, there's a light above you.
Right.
It's just a little button above you if you
So
want to read your
yours
newspaper.
is just basic people in
Human
general.
human
Human
beings,
interaction.
just in general.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're better off probably either driving or investing in a private plane.
Driving.
I make friend with the flight attendants
Yeah.
because they hook it up. If you're really nice to them, they'll get you pellets, the pillows, the blankets, or
Yeah.
snacks. Oh man, I had this one flight attendant.
Yeah, they do that anyway, right?
Nah, but
If
just have
you're
to ask
extra
for it.
nice,
Right.
Yeah.
when me and my boyfriend flew to New York, our flight attendant, he was gay. And
Oh,
he
shocker.
was very like with my book.
Gay
He's like,
flight
I
attendant,
love
get
your
outta
coat. I love this. Yeah, like he was very like, I'm like, hey, what about me? Like he was all, and then with the restroom, he's like, yeah, I'll show you. I'm like, well, what does he need to show you the bathroom for? Just,
He was
but
hitting on your man,
yeah,
huh?
it's that always
Trying to get
he's
him to
like, I
switch
like that
teams.
coat and da da da. And I'm like, we're
Dang.
traveling together here.
Yeah, see, on my way back to
But
New
he was
York-
very cool. Like he was very attentive to us.
See, mine, he was giving me like mixers because I had the little bottles of alcohol, and I would he gave me like a glass or like a cup, and then
Yeah.
he'd be like, "Oh, you want apple juice or Coke?" Or da-da-da.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You running short, boss? I got you." And then he'd come back and give me like a full can. I'd be like, "Man, this dude's like making my trip."
So much better.
All right.
That's funny.
All right. Let's do top of the hour real quick for 3 o'clock. And what do you got? Pop news?
Yeah.
What other story do you want to look at?
Take your parents to work day is a thing.
Okay. I also have woman blows up her wedding dress at a divorce party.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Holly Berry responds to Rams audible named after her.
For
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Okay, the St. Louis Rams football team, they have an audible. Down, set, ho, ho, Holly Berry, Holly Berry. You know,
Oh.
you ever like hear the quarterback
Yeah.
out there saying stuff? Yeah, they have an audible called the Holly Berry.
Why?
That's what she's wondering.
Oh, okay.
And apparently they responded, and the quarterback responded to her.
Oh.
And then we have the University of San Antonio.
Oh.
Do we want to do pop? Let's do pop news. And also have drunk woman takes live lobster from a tank at Red Lobster.
That's hilarious.
Would you want to do that one?
Whichever.
Let's do yours, and we'll save those for the 4 o'clock hour, or just for fun. Having a lot of extra helps, especially with
Yeah.
doing the kiss stuff. Okay. We'll do, what is it?
Pop news and
Let's do drunk woman.
Okay.
That sounds interesting. Fucking Florida always has a great name.
it's always Florida.
Yeah. It is 3 o'clock. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, pop news in this hour. What you got?
That's right. We're talking Game of Thrones. And Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, they hired private firefighters
Cool.
for their fire stuff.
I got an awesome one about a Florida woman. And you know if it's Florida,
It's going to be good.
it's going to be good. We'll talk about it in this hour. NF and Lie now. All right. Pop news. Tease real quick. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, pop news coming up on Game of Thrones, you said?
Yep. It's finally been revealed when it's returning.
Okay.
And Kim Kardashian and Kanye West hired private firefighters to save their home as well as their neighbors.
All right. We'll find out coming up. Right now, the weekend. Shit. We'll find out coming up. Just leave it at that. I don't want to say the weekend, even though I know it's going to be the weekend, but for the Kiss station.
Yeah.
Crap. Let's redo the top of the hour real quick. Make it a little shorter.
Okay.
When I say pop news, just say Game of Thrones, also Kim K and Kanye.
Okay.
That's it. All right. It is 3 o'clock. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Pop news in this hour. What you got, Jordan?
Kim K and Kanye and Game of Thrones.
All right. Also, I got a story about a Florida woman and a Red Lobster. So
Oh.
you know it's hot fire right here. We'll talk about it in this hour right now. NF and Lie.
So that happened. Where's the woman who blew up her dress?
That was Texas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
Of course. She shot it with a gun. Where do you think it's going to
Yeah.
be? Of course it's Texas.
Wow.
All right, pop news. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, give us that pop news.
So the final season of Game of Thrones just got a whole lot realer.
I
Realer?
have...
Is that a word? Realer?
Realer? Sure. We'll go with it. I have just gotten into Game of Thrones. I kind of watched it a while back, and I think I watched maybe the first 2 seasons and then fell out of it.
Yeah.
Started binging it again, and I'm literally on season 7
Oh, wow.
right now.
Jeez, that was fast.
Yeah, well, you know, it's
you
been like the
picked up?
past month
Okay, yeah.
that I've been binging
I've
it.
only seen the first season. I haven't
So
gone back
good.
to finish
So,
the rest.
Season 8, I guess the next season's the last season.
Yeah, it's the last one, and people were waiting to hear, a confirmation on an actual premiere date. So they released a trailer, kind of. It doesn't really show anything, but it kind of recaps the last past seasons. And the show will return in April of 2019 with Jon Snow. I think he came out in it's a recap. It's not really a trailer, saying there's only one war that matters, and I guess that's the one
So
coming
he's still
up.
alive then.
Yeah.
All right. Way to spoil it
Spoiler
for me
alert.
in these last 4 episodes.
think
I'm going to really have to space out these last 4 episodes.
You
I
have
think I
till
got left.
April to catch up.
One
So
a month.
moving on to the California wildfires, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, they hired their own private firefighters to save their neighborhood from the devastating Woolsey wildfire. The team was armed with hoses and also tirelessly dug ditches to create a fire break. They successfully saved Kim and Kanye's $60 million house and countless others on the block. The neighbors were grateful to the Wests for putting a team on the front lines and saving their homes. I didn't even know it was possible to be a private firefighter.
Yeah, firefighters for hire.
Yeah, like what? I only know private ones that like they strip. So I didn't know they had, a private firefighter.
Yeah,
thing.
those don't actually fight
Yeah,
fire.
they don't fight fires. So, but that's good. Kim and Kanye, they're doing their part.
Yeah, those start fires, right? Jordan's pants. No.
Yeah, no comment. Private firefighter.
All right. Ready to tease this Florida woman?
Yeah.
Speaking of hot fire, this story is hot fire. All right, here we go. Tease. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, I got a hot story for you.
Okay.
A drunk woman takes a live lobster from a tank at Red Lobster,
Oh.
and only in Florida.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it coming up.
What did she do with it?
Try a different tease. Let's try this one more time. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, here you go. Here's a story for you.
Okay.
Florida. So you know it's going to be good.
Automatically.
Has to do with a Red Lobster. Can you beat the story? I don't think you can.
No.
We'll talk about it coming up.
A real red lobster.
Yeah. I didn't know they still had those.
Yeah, the one
Where-
here, you'll see them there.
Oh, yeah, they still have it? I thought PETA had gone to town on
I'm
Red
surprised they
Lobster.
have it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, here you go. A Florida woman tried to steal a live lobster from a Red Lobster restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Only in Florida.
Yeah.
Right? Now, a manager asked a woman to leave because she was drunk and causing a scene. So we have drunk woman, Red Lobster, Florida. You can't beat the story. On her way out, the woman reached into the tank, grabbed the lobster, and sprinted outside.
Oh my goodness.
Police were able to find the woman a short time later, but she denied knowing where the lobster was. She told the officers she was blacked out drunk and didn't care because she didn't do anything wrong. Well, or maybe she was like, I'm blacked out and drunk.
Yeah.
I don't care. I ain't do nothing wrong.
What did she get drunk at Red
Is this
Lobster?
America? I thought
Yeah.
this was America. She was charged with disorderly intoxication.
Oh my god. What was she gonna do with the
I don't know. I guess
yeah.
cook the lobster when she got home.
Yeah, that's terrifying to put your hand in that tank. Well, they clip their claws together, right? So
Right.
they can't really do anything.
I didn't realize they still had those. At Red
Yeah, I think the
Lobsters.
one locally, I think they still have them.
They
up there
have
in
the
front.
tank and everything. You can
Yeah.
pick your own lobster out to
Well,
get it cooked.
every time I go to Red Lobster, I don't even eat lobster, so I'm assuming I guess you can pick the
You
one.
don't eat lobster?
No, I like shrimp, endless shrimp.
English shrimp, right on. Well, I thought PETA would have closed those things
Yeah.
down by now.
No, they're still
Still there, huh?
swimming.
Well, I'll have to try Red Lobster later. It's kind of got me hungry. You want to go get drunk at Red Lobster?
Yeah, still a lobster.
Who goes and gets drunk at Red
I
Lobster?
know, right? That's what I said. Was
Besides
she
Andrew.
drunk before?
Besides Andrew. Andrew, you ever go to Red Lobster? No? Oh, wait.
You've
Oh,
never
where's your
been
mic
to
now?
Red Lobster?
I've never been to Red Lobster.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
man.
Endless shrimp. You
You're
gotta,
missing out.
You gotta try it. Yeah.
You're clearly not white. Because us white people go to Red Lobster all the time. Just like this drunk woman.
That's funny.
Blacked out drunk.
That's what I want to know, though. Did she get
Did she get drunk at Red Lobster?
Or
I guess so.
Or was
Is
she-
there a bar at Red Lobster?
But
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't picture like, oh, I'm gonna go get fucked up at Red Lobster. Like, you don't think of that, you know? Well, that's so weird.
Same with Applebee's, but it happens.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Anyway,
it's so
there you go.
so trashy.
What do you want? What story you want to do next? Do one of yours. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, coming down in 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. And Jordan, what you got coming up?
You've heard of take your kids to work day, but now take your parents to work day is a thing.
I would not want to do that, but okay, we'll talk about it coming up. I would hate to bring my parents here. They'd be like, "This is what you do for a living.
This is what you do all day.
This is what you chose with your life, son."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey,
I'm
mom,
sorry.
welcome to my life."
Yeah.
All right, coming down in 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. And Jordan, Take Your Parents to Work Day. Let's talk about it.
Yep, that is a thing. Some companies are now having Bring Your Parents to Work Day. The day gives parents an opportunity to see their kids in action. For some employees, having their parents wandering around their offices is anxiety-inducing, though.
That would be me.
That would be you? I don't know if I'd mind having my parents here at work. I mean, I'd probably like, can you write me a note to get out of the rest of the day, please? But
my parents would just be walking around, looking around like, this is what you chose with your life, son?
out of
Seriously?
everything you were capable of.
Yes, I know.
It's-
You're so good at math and everything else.
They said it's also tricky for companies because they've had instances like one dad grilling the CEO about why the company's shares had slipped. So I guess it's like a good and bad thing. They kind of feel like this entitlement to, well,
Why aren't
are you
y'all
doing
making
this?
more money?
Yeah.
Why haven't you given my kid a raise in
Yeah.
a while? Like, oh.
I feel like that would be probably my parents. Like the one person I'd probably be like, oh, I had an issue with that person. There'd be my mom.
Oh, yeah.
So I hear you have a problem. I'd be like, let's go.
I heard that you said about my daughter.
Yeah.
They're like, Jesus.
But take your parents to work day. I don't know that. Yeah, I think I'll stick with going. Like take your kids to work day.
My day will be stay at home day.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be there for that.
Take your pets to
Yeah,
work.
that's a better one.
You should just be allowed to take your pets
Yeah,
to work.
They're
I wish I could
they
bring
bring
Hugo
you
up
so
here.
much joy.
I know. My dog is the coolest. Right, Jordan?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I got a cool dog. He's a nice dog. I'd bring him up here. He's just chilling on the couch right now on the comforter.
That's
Just
funny.
He's just he's getting under it right now. I think because it's cold out.
Oh,
I don't turn the heat on when when
Yeah.
I'm not there.
well, do they keep warm like dogs,
Yeah.
like naturally, right?
Yeah.
They got
I mean, it's not like it's freezing cold. I have it. If it gets down to 68, my heater will go.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't. I got good insulation at my house. All right. What story? Let's try. You know what? How about you edit what we got here? Because we got the first one coming up pretty soon. And I think I got that computer working a little better. I don't know if that's because I restarted the stuff in there or I restarted the computer. It's one of those. And we need to work on music. And we'll come back and do some music. I got most things done. What's up?
We are. Didn't even realize that. Want me stop it or? Right now it's just on Jordan. No, it was on news until right now. I should have had it though, just like against the backdrop. Food fight. Whataburger.
Righty then. You got it?
Yeah.
Yo. I was like, wait, I can't hear myself. Harg. All right. What story you got next?
Tide in box. Tide's new box.
Tide's wine box.
Tide's, yeah.
All right, coming down. Let's do teas real quick. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, what you got coming up?
So Tide is fighting against those delicious Tide Pods with a delicious-looking box of wine detergent.
This is not a deterrent
It's
whatsoever.
sarcasm.
Yeah, for people to possibly drink the Tide now. All right, we'll talk about it coming up. All right, here we go. Coming down at 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, you got a story about Tide.
Yeah, it's gone viral. It's a sad, sad world we live in, truly. Procter & Gamble have announced their new Tide detergent packaging, which consists of a plastic bag inside a box, and there's a spigot to raise the purple liquid. Spigot? Oh,
Spigot,
I thought it was just a nozzle. No, it's not a nozzle. Social media users are saying it looks like box wine. It was actually all over social media
It really does,
last
because it
night.
is like more of a cardboard box.
Yeah.
I've seen these before, but they were plastic.
Uh-huh.
You know, and they have the spigot at the side. And I used to get those, but then you'd get the Tide like everywhere. Because
yeah.
it'd be kind of like at the side. So,
Yeah,
you
I guess
know.
if you put a box of Franzia next to it, you can see like the resemblance,
Yeah.
right? So they find it particularly odd choice given the controversy of the Tide Pod challenge, wherein teenagers were eating Tide Pods and getting sick. So yeah, I guess that's what people are freaking out about. I guess
Because
this is aimed
they
at
might take a wine glass.
yeah. Are these
to
aimed
the
at
Tide.
college kids and high school kids?
It is interesting. Why is Tide making things look so delicious?
Yeah. Next, they'll come out with like a vape pen style detergent.
I like that.
Yeah, I can believe that.
It's like it's Tide to go.
Yeah. All right, what we got next?
The 10 most irritating office buzzwords.
Oh, okay.
Or I'll just give you like one, two. I'll give you
Get-
the most annoying.
You got the best ones?
Yeah.
You need a highlighter? You got it?
They're pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, what you got coming up?
New research has identified the 10 most irritating pieces of our office jargon.
Okay. We'll find out what they are on the way next. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, what you got?
So we're talking the 10 most irritating office buzzwords. We're not going to do all 10. We'll just go with like the most annoying ones, I guess. Yeah, some of the phrases leave people wondering what you mean, and others are just tired old phrases that people are sick of hearing over and over again. So we'll start from the bottom. One of the first, a lot of moving parts, which means a lot of departments moving components to manage at any one time. Outside the box, you hear that a lot, thinking outside
you need to think
the box.
outside the box.
Yeah.
Where is this box?
Synergize
outside.
is another one, to work together collaboratively in order to be more effective. This one I've never heard of. Low-hanging fruit. Getting the easiest work out of the way first. I don't know. Never heard
Low-hanging
that.
fruit. I've heard that, but not in that context.
Not in that kind of way. And the number one, give 110% to go above and beyond what is expected of you. That has been voted the most annoying office jargon of 2018.
Just hearing you say that right now,
give
I just want to like smack you.
110%.
Ugh.
Lastly,
All right. What you got last?
The 3 excuses people give when they don't like your Thanksgiving cooking.
Oh, okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, what you got coming up?
So Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I'm going to tell you the 3 most popular excuses people give when they just don't like your Thanksgiving cooking.
Little heads up for some of you out there.
Yes.
Talk about it coming up next. All right. Coming down to 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, Thanksgiving's next week. You got some advice?
I can't believe it's next week.
I know. It's so soon.
All right. So if your cooking isn't up to par with your guests, there may be a sneaky way to find out. I have the top 3 excuses people give when they don't like your cooking. So if you have
Or
a
this
guest,
could be good for people who maybe didn't like the cooking.
yeah. Or
You know,
yeah,
this is
here's,
what- this
here's
can
what
be
you
your
don't
excuse.
say. Yeah.
Or maybe what you should
What
say.
you should say.
Yeah.
So if you have a Thanksgiving guest who's not eating as much because they want to save room for dessert, that might just mean they don't like your cooking. Is 43% of survey respondents report saying that when they don't like the meal, that's what they say. I'm saving
So
room
I'm saving
for
room
dessert.
for dessert.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I love it, but I can't wait for that pumpkin
I can't wait
pie.
for the pie. Another one is I had a big breakfast. That's the second most commonly used phrase. With I'm watching my figure, rounding out the top 3.
That's a big lie.
That's the biggest
You know,
lie?
when you hear somebody say that, especially if it's me. If you hear me say that, you know I don't like the cooking.
I had a big breakfast. I mean, who eats breakfast on Thanksgiving? You're saving all that up for the entire day to eat as much food
I don't even
as
have
you
dinner
can.
the night before.
You're ready to go. But look out for these 3. If you hear that, that's red flag.
You need to take some cooking lessons.
Yeah, or order Luby's.
Ugh. Movies ain't that good. Was that the last one?
Yes.
All right, I got 2. You ready?
Okay.
Let's tease 1. Here we go. Coming down to 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, here we go. Woman blows up her wedding dress.
Whoa.
Not for the heck of it. It's a divorce party.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk
Makes
about
sense.
it coming up. Yeah. All right, here we go. Coming down to 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. So here you go, Jordan. If you ever get divorced,
Okay.
got some advice for you. What you can do?
I'm ready.
Throw a little party with you and your friends, just like a woman in Texas did to celebrate her divorce. The party included blowing up her wedding dress.
Oh my gosh.
She had been married for 14 years, and her divorce was finalized the day before the party. She celebrated with friends and family, and the initial idea she had was to burn the dress. But this is Texas, for crying out loud. You got to kick it up
We
a
go
notch.
big or go home.
Yeah, exploding targets. That's what she used. She dressed. She had it rigged with 20 pounds with this exploding targets where you shoot it and it explodes. So she was going to shoot the dress from 100 yards away, but her friend is a bomb tech. Okay. Thank God that that person was out there.
Yeah.
Warned her that 20 pounds of that stuff was a lot, so she backed up to 200 yards.
Oh, wow.
And hit the exploding target, one shot.
I thought like divorce parties mean like you just have a lot of alcohol and,
I'm sure there was probably a lot of alcohol.
you try
there.
to meet someone
alcohol
else.
and guns. That's a Texas
That's
divorce
a great
party.
mix. Yeah.
The texts and Facebook messages started pouring in. People all around the county felt the blast. Some were as far
Whoa.
as 15 miles away.
Jeez.
Yeah, 20 pounds of
She
that
went out with a
explosive.
big bang.
There were about 40 guests at the party, and they all cheered when the dress went up in a fireball. We actually have video of it, too.
Oh, this must have been a really like bad marriage, or people were just waiting for them to
Well, she got it in
divorce.
one shot.
Yeah.
So I think she'll probably get married again before you know it.
Yeah.
All right, final story. Here we go.
Final story.
3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan. Jordan, a story right up the road in UTSA coming up.
Okay.
Have you heard of this one?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Controversy surrounded from a professor kicking out a student. We'll talk about it coming up. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're live with Dave Ross and Jordan, and a University of Texas at San Antonio professor will remain out of the classroom for the remainder of the week as investigations are conducted after a viral video posted Monday showed her asking police to escort a black student out of her biology lecture hall, school officials said. The statement came less than a day after UTSA president sent an email to the university community saying the school's Office of Equal Opportunity Services was investigating the incident as a possible case of discrimination. Discrimination. He also said the case was an example of the work with the university needed to do to support students of color. The student who identified herself only as Favorite Page, there's a lot of E's at the end, on Twitter, as her Twitter name, said that police leading her out. The video showed police leading her out of the classroom under the instruction of biology lecturer Anita Moss. A student who could not be reached for comment and whose full name has not been made public said she did not disobey any student code of conduct. One account said that the professor called the class uncivil before becoming upset that the woman had her feet up during class.
Oh,
And
I
called
think it's
police
just
on
that
her.
like time of year where you're ready for the semester to be over.
Yeah.
So every little thing is
You
ticking
need that
ticking
Thanksgiving
them
break
off. Yeah.
to finally happen. But it sounds like the
Mm-hmm.
student was probably being disrespectful,
Yeah.
keeping her feet up there. But at the same time, professor probably shouldn't go to the extent of
know.
calling the police
Like
on a
there's
student.
people that
for
cheat
that.
and
Yeah.
they don't even get the police called on them, you know? Like I said, I think it's one of those like I'm ready for the holiday break and I've had it
both
up
students
to here.
and professor are ready to
Yeah, they're
explode
ready to
kind of thing.
explode.
You know what they should do? They should just have Thanksgiving together. They should be forced to. And, maybe,
And hug it out.
And hug it out.
Does this mean if she's gone all week or like midterms like off the table?
I
Do they
have
still have to
no
take their
idea.
midterm? If it were me, I'd be like, way to go, girl. You took one for the whole team.
All right.
Do I stop the stream?
Yeah, you can stop the stream.